We all like to spend our spare time outdoors when it's nice out, but I like to get reloading time in too, and that's why I bought myself one of these Lee hand presses. There are a lot of videos on the Lee hand press, and if you tuned in to learn how to reload, I recommend Richard Lee's Modern Reloading. I like the way he writes. It makes it a lot of fun to read, and after reading that book, you're going to be really excited to just get your equipment and give it a go. The first thing you're going to need for this outdoor reloading project, of course, if you don't already have them, is powder, primer, and bullets of your choice. But you also want to get a good high quality supply of brass. And the best brass I've ever found comes right from the state of Tennessee. You'll need some powder measures or some other way of distributing your powder. This would be the cheapest way. The Lee Auto Prime is a great alternative to priming your cases one at a time on your press. If you end up going with one of these Lee Auto Prime XR hand priming tools, remember that you're going to also need the Auto Prime shell holder. I put together a wish list on Midway USA that I can show you here, and this is going to cover all the equipment that I'm using here in this video. I've got different brands of certain things like the scale. My dies were from 1986, and they're actually the first dies I ever bought. Make sure you buy carbide because you don't want to be goofing around lubing cases with this thing. If you can't find carbide right now, just back order them and wait for them. That would be the best thing to do. Some people like the method of striking off powder with the business card. I found that the best way to do it was just to do it by looking at it. I could get the most accurate throws. So once you got your reloading technique down with this hand press and everything organized, you can pack everything up and go outside and enjoy the fresh air. The Lee hand press is sold in two versions. The original one and the breech lock quick change bushing version. If you want to use the quick change bushings, you have to get that type of hand press, and it does come with one bushing, and you'll have to buy two more if you want to do a 3-stage reloading like I'm doing here, or you'll have to buy 3 more if you want to do a 4-stage, if you want to use a factory crimp as a final stage. They work really well. They change quickly and saves a lot of time. You don't have to reset your dies every time you change them. Once the shell casings are resized, I go ahead and install the die that flares the case mouth, and after that I prime them. After all the cases are primed, you can go ahead and start charging them with your propellant. It's pretty neat that with this equipment you can fit an entire reloading setup in a backpack and bring it anywhere with you. Here I've got a Pelican case that I modified so it will hold my Dillon scale, the little desk kit pack in there so it doesn't build up moisture, and this has worked really well for me. You do have to be careful that you only do this on days when it's not windy for obvious reasons. The scales get affected by even the slightest breeze, so you'll have to be in a protected area or go out early in the morning and do this. With the larger caliber shells, you don't have to worry so much about weighing each and every charge like you do with these tiny little 9mm. Because a little bit of variance isn't going to hurt that much. Where the 9mm is pretty sensitive to small variances in charge. For some of you watching this, I know it's going to seem like it's taking way too much time, but remember, this is what I enjoy doing. This is like fishing to me. And for some people, this is the only way you can get ammo. because it seems like you can always find components somewhere. An important stage in this process is going to be inspecting each and every case after they're charged, because you'll be able to tell pretty easy if one of them looks like it's got too much or too little charge in it. If you have any doubts, you can just pour your charge off into the scale pan and double check it like I did here. The bullets I'm using for this demonstration are the Remington 115 grain metal case. I located a pile of these when it was difficult to find any jacketed 9mm bullets, so I loaded up on them. Even though our reloading room is now the great outdoors, we still have to remember to have all the things we need for measuring case length and marking containers of loaded ammunition. That's something to keep in mind as you're assembling your outdoor reloading kit. After you're in the backyard for a while, it's kind of amazing how you seem to just blend in with the surrounding wildlife. Once you're finished loading, you just load up your gear into the pack and head back in. What do you say we try out some of these backyard loaded rounds of ammunition and see how they run?
Looks pretty good. Must be that high quality Tennessee brass. Thanks for watching.